and welcome back to the Real Sisters Real Estate Podcast. This is Chrissy Curtis, and I'm with Berkshire Hathaway, the Bob and Rana Group. And I'm with my sister Jules and a special guest. Jules, who do we have today?
Yeah, and I'm with Century 21, and we have Lester. Lester, my kitty. He
And he's already on the move.
I know, he's trying to jump on the computer. Get down. He's being naughty. Get down. Sorry, Lester, you gotta
Hi,
go.
hi Lester. Got the boot
He did.
already. You had your 2 seconds of fame.
Exactly. He's trying to climb up behind the computer now, so hopefully things don't come crashing down.
If so, well, 'cause that'll be the start of our blooper reel.
Exactly. Uh,
So what's new with you out there in
oh,
Wyoming?
not much. We had a fun weekend. Took the kids to go see Brothers Osborne concert. For those who you don't know, Brothers Osborne is from our hometown in Maryland. They're from Deal. So fun to see those guys. The kids loved them. They put on a really, really great show. If you ever get a chance to see them, definitely go do.
Yeah, I've never seen them. I love all their music, but I've never seen them in concert. I would love to go see them. I know that you guys went to school together. I'm older than them, so I don't know them personally. But very, very cool to see how big they've gotten over the past couple years. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is fun to see, and it's crazy. I mean, we used to sit in art class together in ceramics class and Mrs. Titleman's class.
That is pretty darn funny. Yeah, that's funny. So around here we have it's commissioning week for the Navy. So the class of 2024 is graduating this week. So we've had nothing but jets flying all around. Blue Angels practicing yesterday. I was at an inspection in downtown Annapolis for a house and just literally just watching the jets fly for hours while we were doing it. My inspector had the best view. He was on the roof. So really cool. And yeah, so other than that, just normal old week. But you want to go ahead and get into the numbers for
Sure,
us?
our Tibor market update. We have a current days on market for our residential of 134 and our building sites 205. We have active listings of 1,187 with 89 new listings coming on this week, 34 and 30 sold. So nice uptick in inventory. Last week we were talking about absorption rate, and we just had like a market graph that we that's a part of our MLS, and I noticed that our absorption rate is 6.86 months. So we are really moving into a much more even market here in Wyoming in our side of the state. So kind of good to keep that in mind. Let sellers know, let buyers know that as well. Whether or not that changes, and I believe that will probably change as we come into our summer months and we get more sold data to kind of combat our inventory. So that's what's happening right now. We have more inventory than what we sold last year. So that's why we are seeing that kind of market trend. So I do believe that will change, but if you are a buyer or seller, it's good to know that right now we are in an even. So don't expect, hot cookies. And also don't expect a deal from sellers either. So,
Yeah, that is really good to know. I mean, go into it knowing that the seller is going to still expect to get close to list price, but an even market means negotiation will happen or should happen, I'll say. So that is absolutely good to know. Around here, we still have 16 days on market, like it's been for the past however long. Active units, we are up exactly 1 unit, so big things. And pending, we were down 293 from last week, and then closed again year over year. We're down, so we definitely need to get those numbers up. We're actually not down. We're down by like 200, so not too terrible. Interest rates, actually, since I've since I put this on our outline, they've actually gone back down. They dipped back down into the high sixes. From what I saw, now it just seems to be fluctuating from high sixes to low sevens. So kind of the same, but still. That's all I have for national numbers. Do you have anything for us about news from the big dogs? There's a lot of data came out this past week.
Yeah, I do. So I have a story from the Yahoo Finance section, and it is the housing costs drive persistent inflation as April CPI reflects ongoing pressures. Um, it reads amid hopes for easing inflation, housing costs continue to exert upward pressures on the U.S. economy. The CPI report showed a shelter cost rose by 0.4% in April, maintaining the same pace of the previous month. Inflation shows signs of cooling of a year rise of 3.4 down from the 3.5 in March. It goes on to say that the Federal Reserve is still aims to bring inflation back to 2%. We all know this. It goes on to say that the shelter component of the CPI is one third in, hold on, fuck, I hate, this is why you're supposed to do the stories. I hate doing them.
You should just bullet
I
point
know I
it.
should, but I don't.
I know you don't.
So what's happening is it just goes on to say is what's happening is people can't afford the house. They're moving into the rents. And while rent is slowing down slightly, we're not seeing, it's all just this giant cycle and the CPI is lagging its data for 6 months. And that's what the Fed is using to, lower the rates. They would like to see the rates of 5.25 to 5.5, both are waiting with a wait and see approach. So we're stuck in this cycle, is what it's saying. And there's really no news. That's the news. That's what they're saying.
Right. The news is that the rise in the interest rates really isn't working. What I think is going to happen, we're going to see a bunch of foreclosures coming on the market within the next year. I think all the people that had an influx of money during the pandemic due to all the release of funds for different things and the low interest rates also really bought high. I think that we're going to start seeing a lot of foreclosures. That's just my own personal thought. I was thinking about it while I was driving down the road. Yes, this is what I think about, and I hope that doesn't happen. But I really do think that's going to happen. But yeah, no news, same exact stuff that we've been talking about, and again, wait and see. That's all we can do. And they're 6 months behind, like you've said a couple times, Jules, and again, we just wait and see. By the end of this year, hopefully we'll have something concrete to actually go on and tell our buyers instead of just keep saying, um, sounding like a broken record. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. It's always the time to do it.
Sure. Out here now is actually the time to do it. We're in an even market. So buyers or sellers are, we're seeing negotiations. So it actually is the time to do it. Now,
Yep.
I don't think we're going to see foreclosures, Chrissy. I kind of disagree with you on that. And maybe it's different, but we had during the pandemic, we had a lot of cash purchases, and with cash, there's no mortgages for them to default on. So really, they're just going to hold on to their inventory, is what I think is going to happen. Um, I don't know that we're going to see a huge influx of foreclosures, but I guess we will wait and see. The buyers certainly want that because they want to crash, and that would crash.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like 2008 or whatever. Whenever we did have the crash, I just think that we're going to see a little bit more than we've seen in the past. I did not have a whole influx of cash, so it was different here. People were taking advantage of the low interest rates, and hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hate to see families lose their homes. That would be terrible. But I just was a thought that came across my mind the other day. You want to move on to what would you do?
Sure. What's your story for us this week?
All right. So this week, Kelly Christensen, a realtor with CRS GRI. LMNOP. Remax Trinity. Remax Trinity in Fort Worth, Texas, isn't normally jumpy, but when a grasshopper crawled up her pants, she told Realtor Magazine that she started screaming and jumping around like a crazy person. Unfortunately, she was in the middle of showing a house. All she could think was, I have to get these pants off. Am I really going to take my pants off with my clients here? She made a mad dash for the master bedroom closet, ripped off her pants, and out jumped Mr. Grasshopper. Her clients had a good chuckle and even released the poor grasshopper back outside so he could go on his own house hunt. Oh,
Oh,
creepy.
I've had that happen. Not a grasshopper, but I had a bug. I was wearing a long dress and it climbed up my leg and bit the inside of my thigh while we were standing in the yard. I was like, ah!
Oh my god. What a
I
pervert.
know, creepy bug.
Right?
Yes. So,
Yeah, no, I don't think I've never had anything crawl on me. But I once opened we were in the basement in, a house in Annapolis, and I opened, like, a basement door, and me and the buyer were kinda, like, looking into it. It was dark and damp, his basement, and all the jumping
oh,
crickets
they're
were
the
in
worst.
there, and I turned the light on, and they all started jumping, and I don't care about bugs, but I hate those things. Me and the buyer both screamed like girls, and I slammed the door, and we ran out, and we were dying laughing. And he was a man, he's a grown man. But, no, I've never had him crawl up me and bite my leg, definitely not. Um Poor Kelly. Yeah, no, that's pretty funny though. Things like that happen. I mean, just today I was trying to get a bee out of a house. You just never know what's going to happen. Mother Nature takes its course. Oh, today when I was there with the photographer this morning shooting a house and the it's a little bit older home. There's a bird's nest right on the windowsill. The screen is missing and there's a bird's nest and the bird came just sitting right there during photos.
I'm famous.
I'm like, I know. I'm like, "Hey, it's your home too. You do you." I thought it was cute. Alright, you wanna get into our reality show breakdown?
No, this is terrible. I can't.
Alright.
I don't even. This is awful. So we watched Selling Sunset season 7, episode 2, Mean Girl shit, and I am going to try to not say Mean Girl shit. It's just terrible. This is
I
just
know.
the worst show. I don't know that I can sit through one more.
I know. I thought the same exact thing. I was like, "This is so horrible." They're just a mess, and I don't know if I can sit through another one either. The condos that they were in, though, were amazing. So, I know that the brothers that own the brokerage, they must
Yeah.
do so well because they have these listings. So, there is a very serious side to their business. I wish that we could see a little bit more of it because these women are just catty. The one girl ran into the
I mean,
glass
I
wall.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Um
I do some dumb shit like that.
Okay, well, she also used her butt to open up the cabinet doors in the kitchen. I don't know that I'd do that. Maybe if no one was looking, but, and then just the cringy conversation between Chriselle and then one of the brothers. I don't know one of the
Oh.
brothers. So the backstory on them is they used to date.
Yes. I gathered that much,
Um
and for his credit, during one of the opening scenes when they're in that amazing penthouse, which it is awesome, $50 million
It's
listing,
amazing.
like, damn. He was like, "I'm gonna
I know.
go do some emails, you guys, go do whatever," and then they immediately stopped, jumped into the drama, and I thought, "Wow, okay, so, these are the workhorses," and I wrote that down, and then the next scene is him getting into the stupid drama with his ex-girlfriend about his stupid young ugh, oh man, she's just young and dumb. She's like, "Oh, she doesn't follow me on Instagram." Who the fuck cares?
I I literally put that in my notes. Who cares about who follows you on Instagram? Like, I I just can't. It's really, really hard to
Yeah. I
watch.
really hate this.
I will say I was, like, doing a li I really hate it. I was doing a little bit of work, and my own cat came over and sat on the notepad so I couldn't, like, take notes, like, write notes, horrible. It didn't matter. He could sat there all day. I didn't have any notes to make because it's just horrible. I will say, what was the
That
house that,
clubhouse?
James Goldstein's
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a badass
No, that was
house.
pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and very iconic because it has been in lots of movies and lots of, TV shows, and it has its own club. I mean, pretty darn crazy. I will say the one lady was funny. I don't know any of their names. The one lady, um, she said, "I don't know if having the club in your own house is brilliant or terrible. You could literally not need a babysitter and go to
Yeah.
the club."
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And she seems to try to stay out of the drama a little bit, but she's real in the thick of it as well. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
It's real, real bad. Alright.
Yeah. We promised one more, so we'll go one more and we'll start searching for other things because it's
It's just too bad.
I don't look forward to it at all.
No. No, I don't. I hate it.
No, me too. We sound like children. I don't want to do it. Well, it's our own podcast. I think we can hit the eject button.
I guess so. We
We make the
we
rules, fool.
we decide our own fates, okay?
But I'll say, well, I'll make the rule. We'll go one more episode and while we're trying to search for a new one.
Yeah,
How's
we'll
that?
do that because this is just
Yeah.
terrible.
All right, Jules, so you wanna get into the listing of the week?
Sure. We have a mega mansion in Beverly Hills that hit the market this week for $90 million. This
Wow.
28,000 square foot house, formerly owned by a Saudi prince, was sold in 2001
Oh,
to a real estate developer named Todd D-Man of Paradigm Developers, and they redid the entire inside, and now it is back on the market for almost triple of what they bought it for. I
wow.
know, it's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, amazing. It's, like, set up on a hill by itself. Do we know how many bottles of wine that wine cellar holds? It seems to be our theme.
Well, it's not full, so clearly it needs to be stocked better, I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, unless they're like ours and, like, mine's always empty because I drink it as soon as I get it.
I don't really drink wine, that's the irony of it all.
Yeah,
Really.
you don't. You don't. You need a vodka holder.
I need a vodka cellar, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm taking it up a notch, losers.
Yeah. So
Ah,
28,000 square foot house. It has 9 bedrooms and 22 bathrooms. It's
wow.
absolutely gorgeous.
It is stunning. Again, lots of neutral tones, nothing crazy. The floors are the darkest part of the whole
Yeah.
room, and they have that, like, herringbone design with the way they laid the floors. It's
It's
very
very,
pretty.
very pretty.
Very pretty.
It has 2 kitchens. This
Wow.
is like the residential kitchen. And then it has, oh, that's just the other angle, kind of looking into the living room.
Wow.
Very open concept. Very, very light and pretty.
Yes.
And then this is the living room. And that is, of course, Marilyn Monroe.
Why wouldn't you have Maryland on your TV? You said it's Beverly Hills, or where
This
did you say
is
it was?
Beverly Hills, yep. Look at
It's
that
gorgeous. I
view.
love the floor to ceiling glass. Yes, the floor to ceiling glass doors are just
Yeah,
amazing.
and I love the floors that run through everything, and they're just very modern and clean.
Mhm.
The drop pendant lights, just very, very.
Mm.
And then you have the chef's kitchen. So this is a commercial kitchen,
Oh,
for,
wow.
like, separate entertaining that you can come in and have your professional chef, and it has all professional grade appliances and everything that a professional chef would need. Much darker though.
Much darker, but very still very modern. Pretty sleek looking if you ask me. I love it.
Yes, I love it as well, and I guess it would be good because a professional chef is gonna be slinging food much more, so I guess it would be better to hide it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Back to the sleek, modern,
Wow.
white.
I've never had a professional chef come in my house, so I don't know.
I get to be the professional chef.
Right? I've had Ginger and she makes she slings all her guacamole stuff around, but then she cleans up. So
Yes. So, and then you have your media room.
gorgeous.
So the other amenities
Ella
include a multi-room closet, and we'll get into the primary suite in just a second. This is the media room. It has a steam sauna, dry sauna, state-of-the-art screening room. This is what we're looking at with I don't know who's on the TV. Maybe mom can help us out. Is that Clark Gable this time? Is
yeah,
that really Gone with the Wind this time? It might be. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't see. I can't tell.
Oh, is it?
It's pretty amazing though. It looks comfy.
Yeah. I'd sit down and watch a show.
Hell
It
yeah.
has an executive suite
Wow.
with a moody green.
Moody green. Gorgeous. Gorgeously done.
Yeah. This
Amazing. I like that desk too.
I mean, yeah, this is just it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a
It's
mega
a mega
mansion.
mansion. And then just a separate another living room. This is what, the 3rd living room we've seen?
I think so, yeah. 3rd living room, 3rd space to just chill, and the same flooring throughout the entire place, which
Yeah,
is
very
amazing.
cool. And so this is our primary suite. The primary suite is 5,000 square feet.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's bigger than my entire
It's bigger
house.
than 2 of my houses. I was I was doing the math
Right?
yesterday and I was like, "It's it really is. It's bigger than 2 of my houses, just the primary
Me too.
suite wing," and it has this is the dual closets, and then it has a
Oh my
massage
gosh.
room, a glam room, and the saunas are both off of the primary suite that has its own entrance to and from the house for maximum privacy. This is all in the primary
Wow.
wing.
So you can privately do your walk of shame if you're coming out of this one.
Yeah, you could.
I don't think that anyone would be feel shameful walking out of this joint though. Heels in hand, swinging with a smile.
This is the parlor, the glam room/salon slash salon.
I need that in my life.
Do I really wanna mirror that big looking at myself? I think I'd scare it myself and be like, "Oh."
Right? Like, wow, I really need a facial because my pores are
Right?
ginormous.
And this is where you can go to feel better about yourself in your home gym, a full home gym. Yeah,
Yes.
go work out and feel good.
Pretty
This
amazing.
is where I would be with my cocktails instead of the gym.
Agreed. I was gonna say, you take your do your workout and then immediately go plop yourself by the pool with a delicious cocktail and continue to be lazy because you did your 30
Ex
minutes.
100%. You can see kind of in the background here, it has another kitchen, an outdoor kitchen space. So, 3
Wow.
kitchens that we have counted so far. Insane. And a 85-foot long infinity pool.
Not a lot of hardscaping around the pool itself.
No, no, not much. So just for shits and giggles, I hit I found, I was on realtor.com when I was pulling the pictures and I hit the calculate my payment button.
Oh, what do you got?
With $21.5 million down, you can own this for $600,000 a month. That's all it takes.
Oh, psh, that's a no-brainer. Sign me up.
I'll take it.
Wow. I'll take it. That is insane. But if you're looking at a $90 million home, that's chump change, I assume.
This is the most expensive listing, I think, in Beverly Hills history.
Oh, wow, in
I
history.
I
Okay.
think
Okay.
I read that.
It's gorgeous.
It's it's crazy.
I y I don't know. I'm so simple. Even if I had the money, I would not be buying that. I know that sounds so I say that now as a poor lady, but I really feel like if I did have the money, that's where I would not be buying that for 90 million. Now you're talking about a Saudi prince owned it originally. So I mean, they just have so much
Yeah.
money. Remember we were in the Mediterranean, those mega
Mhm.
yachts?
I know.
That's those are the people that own this. You know what I mean? It's just and those yachts are bigger than our homes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I know. I don't know. I might buy this.
Jules is in. She's like, "Yes, I want this." And you need a cleaning crew and a chef.
I'm down with that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, count me in.
Uh,
22 toilets, no thanks.
no, I don't wanna clean
Uh,
22 toilets, but obviously I would have cleaners. You would have a
yeah,
whole
money is not a thing
live-in.
if you're affording that.
Yeah, I you would have an entire live-in
Staff.
staff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've started watching this show on, Apple TV called Loot, and it's so funny, and she has her live-in staff, and she doesn't know how to do anything. It's like, the irony of it. But it's so funny. But, yeah, people do live
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Just not me.
Well,
Good one. That was a good one. And kudos to you for having lots of photos.
I go on realtor.com and I pull them off of the, like, I'll Google the zip code and then do the filters with the number and try to find it so I can get photos. Yeah.
Smart. Very smart. I swear I check all my photos 4 times over because I always mess it up, and I still mess it up, but that's okay. That's what we have to do.
Well, you do the news article because that
We
pit was terrible, and I'll
oh,
do the listings.
back to the boring shit. Oh, okay. All right, well, you wanna get into your, tip of the week? What do you
All right,
got?
my tip of the week, oh man, is what every realtor always says is work your sphere of influence. I know it's a broken record and it's really stupid, but it really does work. I got a random call over the weekend for a referral from a real estate agent down in Utah. And I do have a couple Utah agents that, I talk to every once in a while. So I thought it might have been one of them. I said, how'd you hear about me? She said, well, some guy recommended you on Facebook. Oh, okay.
That works,
Well, I
okay.
walk into my aerial arts class and my teacher, Jen, she goes, Julie, did you get a call about a listing? I said, yeah, I did. She goes, that was my brother. Her brother's a real estate agent down in Utah. He noticed somebody asking in his, local real estate group, hey, I need a Star Valley agent. He calls his sister. His sister's like, "I actually do know a agent," and, got the referral. So,
Awesome.
it's so stupid. It's so funny. I think of the meme. It's like a CrossFit, a real estate agent, and something else walks into the bar, and within the first 2 minutes what they are because 'cause they're always talking about themselves. So, but it works. So keep
Yeah,
blabbing about it, even if you do sound like a broken record and an awful salesperson, it does come around.
it does come around, and as long as you're not tacky and annoying, people don't mind referring you, and obviously, if you do a good job. There's that too. Yeah, well, that's awesome. I know you love your, aerial arts instructor, so sweet.
Yeah.
That's good. My tip is meet your photographer. I know it sucks. It's horrible. I hate doing it. It takes time out of your day, but it's so necessary. Even for a vacant home, you just really never know what you're gonna be walking into. I don't think you have to stay the whole time as long as they're able to lock up and everyone's comfortable with that, but at least meet them there, make sure they're walking into something that you
Mhm.
actually want shot properly and things of that nature. It's just important. It's a very important start of the process. So it's important to make sure that it's shot correctly and looks good, that first go round. I hate it. I'll be the first person to tell you, I hate going out and meeting my photographers. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, "What a waste of time." But it's not. It's really not, especially when you go there and you see, "Oh, shit. I need to do some stuff to make this better." So, it doesn't matter how many checklists you send out or reminders, people are people, so it's easier just in the long run, it's easier just to take that amount of time to go out and meet them. But it's annoying, but
It's super
part of the job.
it's super annoying, but I don't know how many
Mhm.
times I have jumped room from room in front of my photographer, moving shit that just personal items. I mean, people just leave their shaving cream and their toothpaste sitting on the counter. Yeah, I mean, I leave my shit out there too, but I'm not having pictures taken. So you remove all the
Right,
shit, take the
exactly.
pictures, move all the shit back. I mean, so often.
Yeah,
So that is a good tip. It's annoying, I'll admit, but yeah, good tip there.
yeah, thanks. Alright, that about wraps it
That is
up.
a wrap.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got this week. So, as always, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, Real Sisters Real Estate Podcast channel. You can email us, realsistersrealestate@gmail.com, and catch us on our socials. If you know who was on the TV, feel free to comment. And
Please do.
yeah, we will see you next week.
Alright, see you
Bye.
next week.